Hey, you, friends, family, and strangers, welcome to the park. I find myself accidentally out and about. It's about 9 in the morning. I ventured out into a storm-thrashed town this morning just to get a little breakfast, which led to a little stopover at the park. We have stuff to do today. Unfortunately, mostly I have stuff to do today. Stuff that I really can't include into a video, like my budget and some planning, some projections, and things like that. All of these things need to happen today. Today is the day. But who knows? Maybe somewhere in between those behind the scenes chores, I'll find something fun to say to you. Or maybe, with enough luck, I'll find something to point the camera at. That's kind of cool. Let's find out together, shall we? Gather your things, and let's do it.
You're a loser.
The decision we are all plagued with when we come back from breakfast. What to take from the garage up to the apartment. What is the lucky item that gets to come home today? Or the bigger question is, where the fuck do you even start? There it is. That's the item that made it up the steps today. Because it's light, and it'll probably eventually go above the TV. But who cares? Because at this moment, my ass is about to explode. I made it. About 5 hours later, I have emerged from my home office. I am done. The long-awaited, anticipated master budgeting, multifaceted, multi-factor budgeting is finally completed. One of these days I'll be up here talking and I'll realize long after that my neighbor's right there on their balcony just watching me like, why is this guy talking to himself? But so far I haven't been embarrassed up here yet. It could happen, and I'm sure it will. But look at the fine men making the foundation work happen on another new building. Let's take a look at this. You see this one? You know, the windows are going in already, which is part of the finishing. The framing is done, the structure is done, the foundation has been done, the septic line, plumbing is in, all these things. Finishing has started. Windows, siding, paint, carpet, drywall, all that stuff. I should have said drywall before paint, of course. And then look, in no time at all, this one directly behind me is going to be getting built. The floor is going to go in here in the next couple of days. That first floor. I'm pretty sure the whole thing has to have a concrete pad poured in that middle part and that middle part. The two walkthroughs. And you'll be able to walk completely through that to that garage. And there'll be stairs that go up for all the people that live in that building. And then there's going to be over here some kind of awkwardly placed drive around thing. And then another residential building sideways at a right angle to this one. And this one's like at a 45-degree angle to that one. Yeah, it's gonna be different. And you know, I still will have a narrow view of the airport. I don't think I'll be able to see my searchlight at night though, because my searchlight is going to be just blocked. That blue building right there will have this building blocking it. So I should enjoy my searchlight while I can. Then I'm going to have just this narrow field of vision. Then it gets even smaller once you get back to that building back there. And I'll just be able to see that, a little bit of that blue barn right there where my finger is. And that'll be my view of the airport as it quickly dwindles. Oh well, who gives a fuck anyway, I guess. But like I say, my budget is mastered. I have been baited and mastered and master baited. And the budget is in. You may not even give a flying rat's dick about me banging out my budget. However, you should. Because that was not the last piece of getting our shit together and getting back on the road, but definitely the last large piece. The last most important, I want to say specific piece. The last important mandatory piece. The rest of everything else from now on can kind of happen, whether they happen or not. Does that make sense? I should not wear my glasses while I'm talking to you because all you see is the preview from the camera in my eyes. Isn't that annoying? Speaking of glasses, it is now within my budget to buy some new fucking glasses, which is going to require an eye appointment, blah, blah, blah. And when it's all said and done, stuff from the house, my mom's is getting paid back. So I don't have to like carry that into like the end of the year or anything like that. It'll just be done. So it's not that it's something I couldn't or didn't want to do. It's just that I didn't want to have to remember to do it. So now I don't have to remember to do that. The less I have to remember, the happier I am. Okay? And another good news, it's not even 5 o'clock, which means I have time to go do the shit that I was trying to do back on like 3 days ago, but I couldn't because I didn't know what my budget would be like. I just need to go to the store, stock up on a few things, a few key items here for the Wheel apartment. And let's get back on what you might be interested in. Let me try to remember what you might have wanted to hear. The nation is getting back on the road now, thankfully, finally, after all this, in just 1 or 2 days' time. So pack up your shit and let's do it, because we're gonna be able to do it again. And you know, we like doing it. All right. I have been mourning the loss of Amazon. I really can't do Amazon shopping anymore because they drop my packages off at the clubhouse at the apartments and they never issue me a code to get into the mailroom. So I got to have the lease manager unlock the mailroom every time. And I don't like screwing with all that. Too much hassle. Yeah, after a while that gets old. So I guess, shop more and pay retail prices more. I don't know. Probably helping the economy. Helping local biz more, I guess. I don't know. Hold that thought. Shopping was so much more enjoyable before I knew what my budget was. because it doesn't matter. Just throw everything in. We'll compensate with budgeting later. That's a form of procrastination, my guy. I went from Myers to Walmart, and trust me, they might be across the street from each other, but it's a whole different type of motherfucker up in Walmart compared to Myers. Used to be some hills have eyes motherfuckers up in there. I really just wanted to get like trash bags. Of course, ended up with a whole bunch of shit. They had a printer, one of those, that I may or may not have purchased. That printer is cheaper than what it used to cost me to buy ink for my old printer. My old printer that I don't even know where I know where my old computer is that goes with my old printer, but I don't know where all the components are, and I can't get my old computer online. No matter what I try, not without a full, like, factory reset on the motherfucker. And that ain't gonna happen because, like, all my MP3s are on there and stuff. Yeah, I'm old, okay? Sometimes I pull MP3s off that old computer and listen to music that way. Okay? Quit judging. But anyways, I was like, well, I don't want to lose money on this deal. I guess I'll buy a new one for my new computer. It's exciting to be me. Actually, it's an extremely sleepy, non-exciting day. Shopping, though, has been a mixed bag of cock. Because I don't want to spend any money now that I know what limit I have. But it feels good to buy several things I've been needing. And now I know I'm not going over budget to get them. It's been a whirlwind of emotion, guy. No matter how many times you go up 2 flights of steps, it's still a leg burning pain in the ass every single time. It's as if my fat, soft body refuses to get used to it. And then when you carry up like 2 stores worth of groceries up, can you hear the sounds of coyotes in those woods over there? Did you hear that? They were a lot louder right before I turned the camera on. That's a dog barking. That's a yuppie dog, not no coyote. But before that, there was a lot of coyote playtime you could hear. Very wild creature. Friends, family, and strangers. I know we only shot about 12 clips, mostly of nothing that interesting. But hey, this is it. We are phasing out of this playlist. We are only a couple days away from hitting the road again. And today was a big step in that direction. I feel very good for the fact that stuff actually got done today. I'm still stepping on nail heads protruding out of the wood. I should just come up here on my balcony and slam a couple nails down in every day. Just a couple a day. That way it just becomes routine noise that my neighbors hear. They don't think much of it. That's funny. You can see a lot more when my porch light's on. Who would have knew? I should take that giant spotlight that I have. Remember I showed it to you? And I put on a full light show just for you. But then somebody would call in the federale saying that somebody's casing the construction site with a high beam light looking for equipment to steal. weird noises going on the other side of them woods. Bunch of kids yelling and screaming now. Unfortunately, it is already time to pack up this camp, piss on this fire, and call it a night. It smells like my Chipotle's right outside my front door. Trust me, I'm a fat kid. That's a smell I can pick up. Today was chalked, clear, chucked, clear, checked, chucked, choked, clear, full of shit. I really couldn't film. That's why this one blows ass for Skittles. But for the love of Pete, we'll be back again tomorrow to try this again. Who knows? It might suck. It might rock. I might get up in the morning and take off and film something fun just because it's been way too loud. Yeah. But I got to run major errands the following day. So that might be another sit in the back seat and play with your toys day as well. A little bit of backup lettuce in case I get hungry. But friends, I'm trying. I'm working on it. And that's why this video bit the big dick, because I'm working on it, trying to get everything ready so that you and I can get back to what we do best, and that's dancing on the floor. Me and you acting like a whore. But for now, that's it. I gotta wrap it up. I got crap to do. I gotta get a video going. I gotta get some dinner ate. We gotta prep for the next couple days of fun content creating, and that's it. Hey, but I love you, appreciate you. What do you want to see? What do you want to do with me? Let's do it. Let me know. DougAloneNation@gmail.com, or drop a comment if you're on the tube. If you're on Rumble, I don't really know how to even read the comments because it doesn't really show me them. But hey, whatever. I'm still popular, more so on Rumble than YouTube. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go, but friends, I'll be back with you again, like I said, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., like always, 7 days a week. But until then, don't be like me and sell your videos short, because that would make you a mother flapping dude.